A very good morning to all of you. Hope you are all able to see the slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you all. Right. So we discussed about different kinds of methods of way how you can, what I can say, analyze the job. Okay. In the previous sessions, and at the same time, you also try to understand what are the various contents of job description. So you all know what is job specification. Job specification is nothing but the kind of a minimum requirement which a candidate should possess so that he can apply for the job and perform that particular job. In terms of requirement means it can be qualification, it can be skill, knowledge or ability what he is having. So ability in the sense not only mental ability, here your physical ability also comes into picture. So if there are certain jobs wherein some physical requirements are also there, physical strength, right, height, weight, all these things are there. So all these things are required for certain set of jobs, so that is being listed out in job specification or employee specification. So that was what we had discussed in the previous session. So today we are going to talk about the second unit, that is how the process of hiring takes place in any organization. So when we talk about hiring, hiring is a kind of a systematic process wherein you try to attract the talent and you try to get the best talent for your organization. So that whole process we call it as a hiring process here. So this process, depending upon the organization to organization, it changes. So here there is a general process which I have given, but this process may change depending upon the organizations, right? Some organizations may not follow this lengthy process. Some organizations may go for employee referral program where so many steps may not be there. Okay, so a general hiring process is what I'm trying to explain here for you people. So when we talk about hiring process, it includes recruitment and selection, right? So I had told you recruitment and selection are two different terminologies. As HR students, you should never use them interchanged. Okay, so most of the students, people have a habit of telling that a campus ಅಲ್ಲಿ recruitment ನಡೆದಿದೆ, right? So that is not the way you are supposed to talk as an HR student who knows the difference between recruitment and selection. So recruitment, as already discussed, it is the process wherein you invite applications from the candidates, right? And the hiring, sorry, the selection process starts when you receive those applications and you start shortlisting. Okay, so that is where your selection process starts. But as such, when we talk about hiring process, it includes both, that is recruitment as well as selection. So in order to especially increase the efficiency of hiring and retaining the people, you should ensure that you follow a systematic recruitment and selection process. Okay, efficiency, increase efficiency in hiring means it is nothing but getting the best candidates or talents for your organization. And at the same time, you have to also retain that talent in the organization. Today, instead of spending too much amount on recruitment and selection, many companies are spending lot of money on talent management, which is one interesting HR trend which is going on nowadays in companies. Okay, so you need to manage your talent, that is you need to ensure that they are happy and they are retained in your organization. So your both the things depend upon how best is your hiring process. Okay, so you must be asking, you may be asking or having a doubt, madam, how come hiring is linked with retention? It is linked, right? So whatever you are planning in the promising the candidate in the hiring process is what you are supposed to give them after he is joined the organization. right? So whatever you are promising him, it should not be fake, it should not be unethical. So whatever you promise him, you should carefully promise him, and at the same time deliver that to that candidate once he joins the organization. If the candidate is not happy with what you are offering him, right? So you had told something in the selection round, now you are offering him something, right? If in that case he becomes dissatisfied, and when his dissatisfaction reaches to a certain extent, you may have the risk of losing that candidate. So that is why your hiring process should be systematically well planned, so that efficiency is there in the hiring and you are able to retain your employees with a happy feeling. Okay, so we are going to discuss in detail how this hiring process works. You people already know it, but still systematically we are trying to understand the process. The first stage talks about identifying the vacancy and evaluating the need. Guys, keep in mind vacancies come in two situations. Identify vacancy means whether there are any job vacancies in the organization or not. That is the first thing you are supposed to identify. So here in two situations normally vacancies come up. Either there is a newly created job or a job position, or in second situation replacement. There is a job, somebody was working in that job, but now he has retired or he has left the organization and there is a replacement needed for that job. So in two situations vacancies may arise. Let us say if company has diversified its business, it has expanded its business, it has opened up new branches, there newly created positions will be there. Okay, and in second case replacements, as I told you, somebody has left the position and there is a vacancy created, right? So whenever you are determining the new position is needed, that is whenever the organization plans for something different, something new, right? So you should be very careful in identifying or determining this new position in the organization. The very first thing is you should understand whether that position is actually needed, or whether it can be done or performed by some other person also. Let us say if that job is really needed for the organization, right? So when you understand that, you should be taking into consideration the strategic plans of the company, what kind of impact that job is going to have in the organization. Okay, the small analysis you can do here, you can conduct a job analysis wherein you try to understand what will be the nature of the job, or whether there is overlapping of the job in the organization. Some other job may be doing the same job, right? So you can overlap, you can you need not create a new job in the organization. So in case if there is no overlap after conducting the job analysis, then a new job vacancy is created. Okay, so there you should carefully ensure that whether that job is really needed in the organization, or whether it can be replaced or done by some other person working in different job position. That is what is evaluating the need. Okay, so whether the other person can be replaced, whether the that position is really very important for the organization, all these things you are supposed to understand here. So identify the job vacancy and then evaluate the need of that job. So let us say if the job position what is which is vacant in the organization is really very necessary for the organization, there your hiring process has to speeden up. You cannot wait till 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to complete the hiring process. Immediately within the next 1 week or 2 days or 3 days, you are supposed to fill that job vacancy in case that job is really important for the organization. Then you also have to understand the budgetary constraints, right? So when you are evaluating the need, whether the organization can bear the cost, right? If there is a new job in the organization, I have to pay him salary. Existing jobs, it is already included in the financial planning of the company. But if you create a new job in the company, there you have to fix up salary, then you have to pay that salary. So it will be a cost to the company. So there you have to check in with your budgetary constraints, whether I will be in comfortable position to pay that new job or not. That also has to be evaluated in the first stage. Okay. Then whether that job needs supervisory uh, facility, that is because it is a new job, you need somebody to overlook or to ensure that the new person is going to work nicely or not, whether that supervisory facility is needed or not. You should also evaluate that. There are some positions wherein you don't need supervision. They can do the work on their own. Such easy is the job. But certain jobs are there where you may need a supervisory facility. So that also you are supposed to be evaluating. Okay, now new vacancy is created. You evaluate all these things, but whether there is some other person who is working in the other branch who can fulfill this vacancy, that also you have to evaluate. So first things first, you should ensure that try to get somebody from internal only to get it filled, to get the vacancy filled. If somebody is already available in your organization who can fill that position, you can save a lot of money. Otherwise, if nobody is there to replace that, fine, go ahead with a new recruitment. Okay, that is in the first case. In the second case, you have to look for replacements. Okay, so a lot of times what happens, attrition is there. Attrition is nothing but it is the terminology used for the rate at which the employees will be leaving the job positions, that is they are leaving your organizations. That is attrition rate. Attrition rate, retention rate. Retention rate is how many people you are able to retain in the organization. Attrition rate is how many people left your organization. Okay, so due to attrition there will be lot of job vacancies created in the organizations. Okay, so that newly vacant job has to be identified, and again evaluation has to be done in terms of whether that okay, the person has left, but whether really that job is needed for the organization. In our college only, I'll tell you a simple example so that you can understand. Recently, last 3 years, lot of clerks got retired from our college. Around 5 to 6 clerks got retired. Around 8 to 10 attenders also got retired. But replacing them, nobody has been taken into the college. Why? Because the college, the management felt that the existing people themselves can do the job. No new person is needed now, right? So they have never replaced those positions. Instead, the existing staff, that is the clerks, are redistributed in various departments. Some departments had two clerks, wherein now only one clerk is given there. Some departments had three attenders, wherein now only two attenders have been given there. So, like this, what the management did, they ensured that the work of the organization is not affected. So they evaluated the need. Okay, vacancy may be there, but why that word evaluating the need is important? Because of this, right? If at all somebody is there who can already replace that person or who can already take that responsibility, there is no need for new hiring into the organization. So there, the first thing is you have to identify the vacancy, and once you understand the vacancy, you should also understand whether that job is actually needed for the organization or not. So that is the first stage of hiring process. The second important stage of hiring process is now you have to develop the job description. Normally for existing jobs ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಂತ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ನ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But whereas if new jobs are created due to strategic plans of the company, you have to design a new job description for such kind of jobs, because you have to give an advertisement in the newspapers or websites. So when you have to give the ads, you need job description, you need job specification and all, right? So that is why you have to develop job description or position description. So it provides a kind of a first impression on the candidate, right? So job description is something when a candidate reads, he should be attracted towards applying for the job in the organization. A candidate means a qualified candidate I'm talking. So you should ensure that the job description has complete list of responsibilities and job specification has complete list of qualifications to attract the best suited candidates. Okay, so I have uh, yeah, I had forgotten it. It is developing job description and specification, that is qualifications. So this, if you have, you will be able to attract the candidates, the best candidates towards your organization. So both should be excellently articulated, that is designed properly or written down properly, right? So here it serves as a document also in case later if any complaints are there from the candidates. Okay, so because so on what basis you selected? See, here is the job specification on which I have shortlisted the candidate. You can tell that there are many crooked people who may go and complain against the organization. So organization should be very clear in terms of writing down the description and specification, right? So especially during selection. But when it comes to job description, later if some candidate, some employee will go and say, sir, this is not my duty, this is not my responsibility, I will not be performing this. That time you can make him realize by showing the job description. See, here is the document. This was your responsibility, which is already written, and it was a copy of it was already given to you. So if at all you are clear with your description and specification, majority of the problems related to employees' decisions, employment decisions can be done or solved easily. So develop a job description and a specification. Now, how will you develop this job description and specification? So here, anybody can answer this question? How will you develop this job description and specification? Anybody would like to answer this question? Are you there, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Please answer the question. It's a simple question. How will you develop a job description and specification? Should I choose somebody randomly? Meghana Kalburgi is there? Meghana? Nagratna? Nagratna is there?
Yes.
Nagaratna. Pooja.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Pooja. Answer my question, Pooja. It's a simple question. How will you develop job description and job specification? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಹೆಂಗ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? Yes, Pooja?
Yes, ma'am.
ಹಾ, ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ. ಹಲೋ, ಹೇಳು.
Ma'am, mention the specifications.
ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಯಾವ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಏನ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
As per post, ma'am. Post ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಜಾಬ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನ್ ಕಲಿತ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು? What was there in the first unit? Anybody? Yes.
Ma'am, how to be carried out the task of a job?
Oh, no.
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, do one thing. I want everybody to put on their videos.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone. In whatever position you are, I am least bothered, but I want everybody's face to be seen. Only 6 are there. Sorry, 5, including me, 6. What about others?
Am I visible?
Yeah, where is it? Ashutosh, your window, your door is visible. Yeah, Ashutosh. Good. Nice to see all your faces. I'm happy, really. I have to take a screenshot of this today. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So now tell me, on what grounds or what basis you are going to design the job description and specification?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
skills.
There is a process.
Performance is on performance.
And we do job analysis and collect the data from different sources.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Simple. Job analysis ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೇನೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಕತ್ತೀರಿ? ರೈಟ್, ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಜಾಬ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಜಾಬ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಬರೀತೀರಿ. ಸರಿ, ಜಾಬ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಡೇಟಾ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀತೀರಿ. Is that fine? So next time when there is a question, please listen to it carefully, understand it. The answers were going to be very simple. This is an HR subject. Yen baal tali odkolantad irangilla. Presence of mind ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to check whether really you are there listening to my class or whether you have just put on the class and just gone away for some other purpose. So that is what I was just checking.
Listening, ma'am.
Fine, thank
Attend,
you
ma'am.
all. Yeah, thank you. So close your videos because my screen will not be visible later.
Ma'am.
Okay, so now that Vaishnavi has given a correct answer, you can develop a job description and a specification using job analysis. Okay, so that is the second step what you are supposed to do in the hiring process. So first step is job vacancy will be identified and it will be the need of that job will be evaluated, whether that job is actually needed in the organization or not. Second step is you conduct job analysis and you write down the job description and specification. Let us say if the job is already existing, other related job description specification normally already ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಹೊಸ ಜಾಬ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಜಾಬ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಜಾಬ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆವಲಪ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್. Okay, so here when you are developing the recruitment plan, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿನ ನಾವು ಆನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಏನೇನಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫೈಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ವೆದರ್ ನಾನು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್. ಸೊ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬರೀ ಓಕೆ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡೋಣ, ಮುಗಿದ್ ಬಿಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ರೈಟ್, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ನಾನು ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್ ವೇಕನ್ಸಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಡೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ ಅದು. Right, so all these things will be included in your recruitment plan. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಾನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಇರೋದು ಬರೀ 100 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಅವರು 120 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವೈ ದೇ ಗಿವ್ ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ 20 ಆಫರ್ಸ್? ರೈಟ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದೆಷ್ಟು 100 ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್, but why they have given 120 offer letters to the students in the campus recruitment?
Ma'am, because
some cannot
that all the 100 students will be joining.
You are right. All the 120 students may not join. Okay, so they want to keep a buffer of 20 students, right? So there is a next question which comes up, ma'am, if all the 120 students join the organization, normally it does not happen because the company has its own way of analyzing the trend. Okay, from last 5 years, 10 years, what is the trend says, what does the history of the recruitment processes in the organization say, so that based on that numbers the companies plan the recruitment. So totally how many offers I'll give, so how many people may join or may not join, all this kind of a speculation they will be already having. So all these things have to be planned well in advance, and then only they can go ahead with the hiring process. So here in this development of recruitment plan, the first thing what they are supposed to look into is the posting period. Okay, so minimum posting requirements, as well as till what time the whole process has to be completed and the employee has to onboard the organization. So that is the first thing which they have to look into. Then placement goals, I was talking about advertising resources, all these things have to be planned. Okay, then in the recruitment plan also you should plan for what are the various sources of recruitment. Okay, so various sources in the sense whether it is internal source we are going to use, whether you are going to use your external sources, all these things. There is a method of promotion. Promotion is a method of internal source of recruitment, right? Then we have this campus recruitment. It is an example of external source of recruitment. So based on the nature of the job, you should decide which source of recruitment you have to use. All that will be planned in the third stage of recruitment process. That is, sorry, recruitment plan here. Then coming to the fourth step, this planning phase, third step is the complete plan. Okay, it should be documented and you have to go, the committee has to go accordingly with that plan. Then comes in the fourth step, that is the search committee, right? So here, this task of implementing the recruitment plan is the search committees. Okay, the search committee will be the one who will be implementing the whole recruitment plan which was developed in the third stage. Okay, so here when you are selecting people for this committee, you should be very, very careful. So the committee members should be knowledgeable, should be highly knowledgeable about the job vacancy, should also know how to conduct interviews and select the candidates, should never have any personal biases, right? So all these things, indirect contact with the candidates, such kind of things should not be there with the search committee members. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಂಡರ್ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ JEE ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸು, ನೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನಂತ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಯಾರೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಮಿಟಿದವರು ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಪನಿದವರು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So the task of this search committee is purely to implement the recruitment plan. So this committee plays a very, very, very important role in the organization. If this committee is not properly chosen, your whole hiring process can be a mess and you may end up in wrong recruitment of the candidate. Okay, so wrong candidates anna ನೀವು ಕಂಪನಿ ಒಳಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we can easily imagine. So the people who are in the search committee should be highly intelligent, should be highly knowledgeable about the job. ಈಗ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕಮಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, one person will be from ministerial positions, one person will be from IAS who has already been into IAS, one person will be purely having work experience in extreme situations, right? So variety of people irtaralle, knowledgeable people. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹಂಗೆ ಕುಂತಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ they do their homework. ಇಂಥ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಬರಾಕತ್ತಾನಂದ್ರ ಅವ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ, ಅವನದು ಫಾರ್ಮನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕುಂತು. ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಥರ ಅವ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್. So we'll stop here. We'll rejoin the class within next second. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.